No idea what that toilet is. I don't know. I couldn't even guess.
That's a good old American standard. I know exactly what toilet that is.
I've got no idea. None whatsoever. She's got amazing water pressure though. I wish every house had that.
Well, I'll get you a plumber in here tomorrow, but I'd say that we're gonna have to break through the tile and isolate the leak because there's quite a lot of water down there.
How do you know it's me? Why is it automatically me?
Because if it was coming from higher up, you'd have water damage on your ceiling or in your wall, and it's all dry.
Great.
Well, man, other than him being incredibly dead inside, I mean, he's not really wrong with the leak stuff. I mean, I've seen stuff like that. It's not too terribly out of line.
You want me to take a shower right now while you stand there watching to see if it drips into the Friedrich's apartment?
I don't give a what you're doing, Mrs. Olson. I'm just trying to fix the leak.
I mean, I don't know who would talk to a customer that way, but definitely, I mean, he's right to a certain point on being able to diagnose things correctly.
Yeah, that is actually how plumbing works. The raccoon tends to flush the toilet for you, and the otter scrubs it clean.
I mean, an otter actually jumping out of the toilet, pretty far-fetched to actually have that happen.
I have seen that many times before. That's accurate.
Nice stench. You're really on a roll there, bud.
Is this possible? Sure. If your septic tank being full could totally flood out your yard, especially if the tank lids are not accessible. It'll definitely create a mess, but usually when it's that bad, there's a sign of a much bigger issue. The entire system has failed in some sort of way that it cannot drain at all.
It depends on your septic tank. Most septic tanks have pumps onto them. And so if you've got water from the house constantly running to the septic tank, it's just gonna pump out to the leach field. So, I mean, if you've got an older septic tank that has a gravity-fed leach field, then, I mean, yeah, there's some truth to that if the system's old enough.
Great movie. I think this probably has to be one of the most referenced movies I've ever came across at a homeowner's house. Of everybody that has seen this movie that has issues with their home probably references this movie in some sort of fashion, because it seems like when one thing goes wrong, everything does.
Holy crap. I've never seen a bathtub fall under the floor, but I have heard about that happening once.
Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. If there's dry rot in the floor from a leak that's happened from all the years and it's just gotten to a point where it's completely rotted through, plausible. But under most circumstances, the way houses are built today, no.
Flapper must have come off the hinge or something. Maybe the chain got wrapped up.
Internally, the tanks will end up, like something with the parts in there is wrong. Either the toilet flapper is stuck open, it's causing the toilet to run. I mean, the sound that this is making right now is as if you just flushed the toilet and all that water is going down the bowl, but a tank doesn't hold that much water. So after that first initial drain, there's nothing left inside the tank to be creating that same noise. So you'll just hear it running like it's just sounding of plumbing running. So this is a little far-fetched as far as the actual sound that this is making, but
You don't want to flush that.
plumbing is ever evolving, and that's the great thing about our trade and the things that we get to see and deal with. There's always something new evolution-wise that's coming out that's making either our jobs easier. It's great. It's great. The advancement is great, and it's even good for homeowners because as things get newer, they get better under most circumstances.
Man, all in all, it's all pretty accurate when you boil down to it. I mean, definitely errs on the side of fantasy more often than not. But you know, what's really cool about the trade is it's not as gross and as weird as it used to be. You know, people are used to like guys coming in their house with their butt crack showing, covered in filth, and like the industry is just going to a far more professional experience for the customers and even for the plumbers. You know, it used to be the thing where you show up to work and you hate your life, and I really love my job, and I know a whole bunch of plumbers that love it too. So things are changing, and they're changing for the better.